like the cars say, let's go. Hey, it's Mrs. Kapper here. And while our remodeler was on vacation, I decided to help out a little bit just to speed things along and started sealing some of the walls. Now, I had bought an airless sprayer just for this and returned it because he was going to do that. But just to save some time, I went ahead and started. Well, the walls are all sealed. I still need the trim, so I'll just do that by hand. And all the windows need to be replaced. So I still have paper on the floor, so we don't scratch that up. But just kind of give you a little glimpse of what it's going to maybe look like. On that back wall there where that orange pillow is, that's where the barn bed's going to be. The headboard, I mean. And that's not the light that'll be in there. I have a log one. I just don't have it in here yet. But here's the bed. Here's the colors. The curtains on the windows there will be that rust color. Little bit of progress. I can kind of almost see the light, literally. And this was the sunrise going across the Ohio from Elizabethtown in Illinois. It was beautiful. These right here are the boards that I have on the back of the UTV. They're the ones that I pulled out of the barn in Kentucky. And I'm going to use those for the kitchen table. And before I do that, though, I'm going to figure out the design and how I'm going to lay them out. So I figured it's a lot easier to move them than the other boards. So I have two different designs. This one here has the breadboard type, where it's one on each end with a little bit of shorter boards in the middle. And this one here are full length. This was just a first scrubbing just to get the dirt off. And you can see that they were all stacked, but it looks like a lot of the tannins from the knots here over the years as it was drying, looks like it probably seeped out. But look at the cool designs that it made. And I'll have a whole separate video on the table, just kind of giving you some previews of it. Because of the knots and the tannins that are going to seep through on that paint, I wanted to seal it up good with a good bonder before I started with any paint for it. So that's just the first coat there. I will do a couple coats and then that should be ready. You can almost see that combine and all that dust. And back in the Kentucky house, I have all of the cabinet doors and drawers back home, finishing those. But I do need to do all the faces on the cabinets since they're not going to get replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and start sanding those, especially the lower ones, while they're out, and get them all cleaned up and get them prepped for some sanding and then also for some painting. Looks a lot better after the sanding. I have all the cabinet doors done. They're in the house here, just curing and drying. Can't put them in the kitchen yet. And I'm not going to put the hinges on until I'm actually at the house, just in case something moved or something doesn't fit right. So you'll want to stay tuned. I'm working on a lot of different projects. I don't even have them all listed on here for the Kentucky Farmhouse. That's going to be for the headboard. And then also I did a little bit more barn diving. Got a little braver, I guess you could say. Found some really neat stuff. I think I'll be able to incorporate some of it into some of the decorations. So make sure to stay tuned. You don't want to miss anything because things are moving along.